बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलामुअलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुह। Dear students, today we will start topic number 14.5 of chapter number 14. Force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. So in this topic, first of all, try to understand the topic name, topic title. We are going to study force that is produced on a moving charge when charge is moving. And what is the meaning of charge moving? When charge move, it is known as current. Flow of charges is known as current in a magnetic field. So it means now charges are moving under the presence of magnetic field. So we are interested to calculate the force that is exerted by this magnetic field on the moving charge. So the title name is force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. So we are going to calculate now force in this topic. Dear students, you have learnt in 10th class that when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it will experiences a force. Okay, and the current through the conductor is because of the motion of the charges, right? As this is definition of current, the flow of charges is known as current. And the magnetic field exerts force on those moving charges to which the conductor experiences force. So in this topic we are interested to calculate force exerted on the moving charges. So consider, to understand this situation, we have taken a portion of the wire. Okay, this is a portion of the wire. This is its macroscopic view. Macroscopic mean big. Macroscopic view of the portion of a wire through which current is passing, represented by I under the experience of magnetic field. These lines show magnetic field, as magnetic field is represented by B and current is represented by I, and this A represent the area of cross section of this wire. And what we are going to do, we are interested to find force, right? Suppose now I current is passing through this wire and B is in the presence of magnetic field B, and there are n number of charge carriers per unit volume. Charge 1, charge 2, charge 3, charge 4 and so on. N number of positive charges per unit volume of the wire, and each charge is moving with velocity v. Charge 1 is moving with velocity v, second charge is moving with velocity v, third charge is moving with velocity v, and nth charge is also moving with velocity v. Now we will find how long it takes for all the charge carriers originally in the wire segment shown to exit through the end area. How much time it will take to pass through one end to the other end. Okay, how much time this charge will take to cover from this end to reach the other end. So we are interested to calculate the time now, right? The volume of the wire segment is AL. A is area and L is the length of this wire segment, and volume is cubic meter, area unit is meter square, and length unit is meter. Meter square into meter, it becomes meter cube or cubic meter. So we can say volume of this wire segment is AL. A is area, L is length, right? After writing this introduction, we are going to mathematical portion, mathematical explanation. So now start your mathematical calculation. First of all, write about volume. Volume of wire segment is AL. A is area, L is length. Meter square, meter, cubic meter. So this is unit of volume. Total number of charge carriers present in the wire is NAL. AL is volume and N is number of charges. When number of charges multiply this volume, they becomes total number of charge carriers, right? And thirdly, if Q is a charge on if Q represent charge on a charge carrier, then the total charges Okay, if one charge is represented by Q, then the total charge is delta Q is equal to NALQ. N is total number of charges, AL volume, and Q is the charge on each charge. Right? For example, 5 coulomb charge on each charge. For example, right? First step we have discussed, second, third, and now we are going to fourth one. I have written these steps here in simple wording, okay, so that you can easily understand these mathematical explanations. Thirdly, fourth one. Now, the time taken by the charge to go from one end of the length to the other end, that is represented by capital L. So, the L is the distance. So, S is equal to V into T, and this is delta T. Delta means time, any time, okay. S is equal to V into delta T. V is the speed through which the charge is moving, and delta T is the time taken by the body, taken by the charges to travel, to cover one end of the wire to the other one, right? As this S is the distance and it is through the length of the wire, so this S is replaced by L, and L is equal to V delta T. So we can write it with the help of this one, delta T is equal to L over V. Okay. Now define current. This is the definition of current: charges per unit time. I is equal to delta Q over delta T, right? And delta Q is equal to NALQ, as you have written, okay, as you understand. And while delta T is equal to L over V, and current definition is delta Q over delta T. So now divide NALQ divided by L over V. In next step, put values of delta Q, that is this one, NALQ, and delta T, that is L over V, in the definition of current. I is equal to delta Q over delta T. Value of delta Q is NALQ and value of delta T is L over V. So the final current is NAQV, as this L is in numerator and this is cancelled out by this denominator L, and Y comes in numerator, NALQV. This is the total current passing through this piece of the wire, from this portion of the wire, NAQV. And what is N? Total number of charges. A is area, V is speed, and Q is charge, right? Now force on the segment L, this complete. This is segment piece of wire, any portion of the wire. So the force on the segment L of a conductor having current I is given as L mean length, okay, any length of any wire. I L cross B. We have learned this formula in topic number 14.2. This is topic number 14.2, and you have learned this formula in equation 14.2. F is equal to IL cross B, where the vector L is in the direction of current flow. The magnitude of the vector IL cross B is ILB sin alpha, where alpha is the angle between the vector L and B. Okay, learn it and remember it, okay, because all topics are interlinked with each other. So the value of current is, by putting value of current, that is NAQV, this equation comes as, so force on this cross section area on this having length L is written as FL is equal to NAQV L cross B. By using right hand rule, we can easily understand the directions of magnetic field. V, speed, moving charges direction, and your palm represent the direction of force. So the force experienced by moving charges in the presence of magnetic field, its direction is represented, denoted by your palm direction, okay. So the moving charges experiences of magnetic force F because of the magnetic field B. Dear second year, I have explained this complete explanation in easy wording, in easy and simple wording. So now read this given explanation. You can easily understand all the meaning of all lines and the basic concept. Okay, we have completed this topic till equation 14.7 second year. This is too much important long question, very important long question, so we will complete this topic within 2 lectures. So kindly learn this topic from equation number 1 to 14.7 from start till equation number 14.7. This is your today's work and hope so you will learn it well. Fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.